boy, oh boy. Well. Actually, let me see if I can do this. Ha ha. Oh boy. I have an idea. Mr. King has an idea here. Upcoming, it's already. Wait. Bingo. Ha! Whoa. This is amazing. Whoa. This is great. Hold on. Wait. Think. Let me take this off. I know I shouldn't be having glasses in my bedroom. I've been told you shouldn't be having glasses in the dark. Of course not. I'm not a rube. I know it's supposed to look stylish and whatnot. You're supposed to, but I don't mind looking odd. So let me see if I can take these off because it really getting annoying. Now, can you see me? Wow, I can see myself. Can you see me now? Zoom and zoom and zoom and zoom. Well, I'm zooming as we speak. Wow, this is great. I'm all, I don't know. Bloated, I suppose. I feel bloated right here. I don't know, or my jaw feels tired of talking. Well, I suppose so. I ain't gonna be here too long. I'm just bored. And I want people to know that I'm still alive. I am alive and doing hunky dory. I'm doing okay. Aren't we? We're doing fine. I think we're fine, aren't we? Yeah. Swell. Uh, hmm. Hi, how have you been? Neat to catch you on live. Ditto. um, wow, ain't that something? It's quite a rarity, huh? I've been quite busy, very busy. I ain't gonna stay too long, but I'm gonna keep it brief, maybe about 10 minutes or about 10 or 20 minutes, maybe. Keeping it brief. But before I go, excuse me, I have a special gift, a special surprise, I should say. I'm all scrambled eggs here, if you haven't noticed. A surprise I like to show you all before I go. You like this little guy? It's the chimp from Dingbats 1. The chimp. Yeah. How you doing? Oh, he's doing swell. Hunky dory. Sounds good. I'm only going to be on briefly as well. I'm in the Eastern time zone, so it's a bit later here. I know what you mean. I ain't going to beat around the bush. I'm just going to show it to you flat out. Wait. Oh. There you go. Here it is. I present to you the latest work, the novella. This server should be deleted. A novella, a Dingbats spinoff, if you will, or a novella by Mr. Omar King. Ain't this dandy? It's not too big and it's not too small. It's quite I would say mobile, portable side. It's supposed to replicate. Well, accidentally, it looks like a cell phone. You know, one of them cell phones you use to talk on the phone. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. Yes. Oh, wonderful. Yes. Yeah. So I'm very proud of this thing, this novella. Look, you can see the. Hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Getting closer here. Amazing. It is. Really amazing. I have the date for it. I have the date for it to be released in October 7th of 2025. So in a month by now, on the 7th of October, that's a Tuesday, this little novella, this little freak of nature, will be out and released to the world. Well, while that one is out, I'll be working on Dingbats 2. Actually, I am working on Dingbats 2. It just needs to be cleaned up, and that is expected to be released next year. And along with another work, another novella, or a novel, but 130 something pages makes a novella or a novel. I don't know. That'll be out the same time as Dingbats 2. And a story from that novella is in Dingbats 2. So I'm busy, 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 and busy. Working on my fifth novel, then another work of fiction. So I'm always like a human Adderall. I'm on the go, going. You know what I mean? While I'm doing all this, I am going to readings, not all the time, but once in a while, or hosting readings. I got a reading coming up in September this month on the 17th, Wednesday at see, I'm all scrambled eggs here. I'm just beat. At Storybooks Cafe. It'll be in the evening time. Has anybody ever been to Storybooks Cafe? Love the title. I'll be looking out for it. Thank you. It's going to be on Amazon and hold on. New Ritual Press. Publishers. I'm so proud of it. I'm so happy. I don't want to spoil it. I really don't want to spoil the context in this little freak of nature. You just have to read it for yourself. But man, this was fun to do. This was really fun to make, write, edit, revised, and refine. And same goes for Dingbats 2. I feel like a broken record. Excuse me. Let me see. I feel like stretching and standing. Oh boy, oh boy. I really am goosing around tonight, aren't I? Man. Yep, I sure am goofing around and goosing. Let me stand up. Oh boy. I am beat. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. So, this guy really is something. He's my favorite story to read when I go to readings, and I attend readings, and I'm part of the lineup, The Chimp Dream. I'll be reading that story on the 17th of September. The title of the reading is called Mr. Omar King presents a hunky-dory reading of Divine Obscurities, Part 3, because I already done the second one, the wedding one. That was fun to do. Hooray, 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 woohoo! That's fun. Oh, that really is fun. Oh, man. I really needed this. These couple of days, other than doing readings and attending readings and writing and all sorts, I've been quite subdued and dismal and, and going through a rough patch, if that makes sense. It's called postpartum depression. That's what they tell me. But I haven't even given birth. You know what I mean? How can I be postpartum depressed? I think, yeah. But in a way, I did give birth to this thing, and the novel Dingbats 1, and so many others, and so I've gone through dancing with that low point of my life, trying to get back, because I went so high that I've gone so low, and I'm dancing with that lowness, that depression. I don't want to be depressed. I'm not the type. I told the physician, I'm not the type to be depressed. I don't want to be slumped into that, because it's not my thing. I like to go on, I like to move on, and I like to do things my way, even if people don't like it. I'm still going to go do my way, I'm not the type to be depressed. And I'm sure you don't like being depressed either. So you understand where I'm coming from. If I can do one thing and one thing only, maybe cheer myself up, watch a funny movie or something, lay in bed, walk around, play solitaire, call a friend, read a book, drink some water, lots and lots of water, drink some electrolytes, I can't keep doing that to myself, being in that low. And let me take this off, because too much. And I've been tired lately. I've been waking up. It's so strange. I've been sleeping from 9 to 5 or 9 to 6, 10 to 7, or 11 to 5. You know what I mean? 9 to 7, 9 to 8, 9 to 5, up and down. Like there's been 10 to 5, or 10 to 6, actually. Sleeping pattern's been up and down. But I'm doing okay. I gotta be okay. And I am okay. I just got over, so when I mention a rough patch, recently there was a Rolling Stone article that was written. Actually, I don't even want to laugh at it. I don't so condescendingly, because it really is funny, but I don't want to sound condescending. I really am. I am miffed And I am bothered of the journalism, the writing that was written. It was sloppy writing. And so much for the editing because it wasn't even properly edited. I don't know. Okay. Actually, if I can pluck out the piece, I'll show you what I mean. Oh yeah, here it is. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Oh, jeepers, excuse me. Here it is. Here it is. Actually, let me use this to read the print, the digital print. The title is called Inside the Anti-Woke Literary Scene Growing in Los Angeles. Interesting. And this, and I think I've mentioned this before. Okay, here it is. And this takes place on March 22nd of 2025. March 22nd of 2025. Excuse me. And that was the spring equinox, I remember, in Lincoln Heights. It was a very different night than what was depicted or painted in this article. I don't even want to call it an article. This thing. I felt like I've been slapped in the face with a wet flounder. Literally, slapped in the face with a wet flounder. Like, what the heck happened here, Anyway, I should do a separate little thing, but that I've been going through a rough patch with that because, man, the freelance journalist took the liberties to write such things, and well, I wasn't so pleased about, especially when he in the beginning he mistitled the dingbats of all, but he mistitled dingbats when the picture's in the cover of this thing, the piece of my book is in the cover of this piece, and he mistitled and and the writing my book. I remember he called it Any Odyssey of Dingbats by Mr. King. And here's a little example of the of the liberties he took, which I didn't like. I didn't like it. And funny thing is, none of these people reached out to me. None of them. Not the writer, not the editor-in-chief. Nobody. So I've felt like a bug under a rug. Let me see. Okie doke, let's see. Because I have it right here. Oh, boy. Oh, well. The only image they used of me was the one where I'm smiling like a deranged individual. I remember that picture being taken by J.P. Caballero or John. Oh, John. And flashed. And I was just so subdued that Saturday. Yeah, it was a Saturday. I remember being so subdued and just out of it. Didn't eat all day. But that's a whole long story for another day. But let me get to part where I didn't really enjoy. I didn't like it very. Okay, there you go. Here we go. Oh boy, oh boy. Get ready for this, people. To this point, the salon is primarily a showcase for Omar King, a neurodivergent person of color whose folksy demeanor belies his raunchy writing style, Mexican, Salvadorian, and autistic. King ironically uses phrases like gee, golly, and hunky dory in conversation. Okay. The selection he reads from Dingbats, an anthology of short stories and original artwork. It's a collection of stories and other obscurities. Get it right. Is about Barb, an aging former Hollywood starlet who used to give blowjobs to land movie roles. The crowd erupts when King says the F word. I'm not going to say it, but I'll spell it out for you. FAG and SUC or sucking COCK. I don't want to say it because, well, I don't know. It's late. It's nighttime, and you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Other stories in the collection feature scatological humor and a crayon suffering and existential crises. When I talk to people who are in it, who are Gen Z, they're mostly on the right, which I find surprising. He talked to my best friend Christopher Zyshak, who wrote The Magician, Body to Job, and another book that I'm also reading about the wolves. I forgot the title, but that book is right there, stacked with a bunch of books. And I don't want to mess up that stack, that tower. The novelist tells me, he says, I still don't understand what to make of it, but I'm looking at it from an outsider. Mm-hmm. Z says he's not part of the immediate scene, but came because of his appreciation for me, King, whom he met through Twitter. He got it wrong. Wait. Wait. Oh man, Twitter. You gotta be kidding me. Twitter? No. And he says he became aware of the conservative shift in the outlet scene last November, just days after the election. Then another thing about a dime square thing. I remember I went, well, Dime Square. I've been told about the dime square scene or whatever. I can't tell the difference nowadays. Everything's become so, and I've been so. But I think them people, I don't know. I've been told they're bad news. I don't know. I'm from Gardena, California. How am I supposed to know about all these things? Even though I go to Echo Park, just frequent and talk to my associates and contemporaries and eat a donut and drink water and hang out with my little gal, my gal friend, Emma. How am I supposed to know about these things? You know what I mean? But back to that the little line he wrote where I met Chris Z on Twitter. That was not true. And that is not. That is far from the truth, I tell you. This man, I tell you, he really, really took the liberties and really, really is far from the truth. It was back in 2024, March, I remember. This is before his launch party, and it was through the Instagram website or application. And I remember I saw, because I was going there for Matthew Graham, not Pegasus, another Matthew. Matthew Graham. For those familiar, his or has been around for quite some time. His name, he goes on Instagram, the son of Dennis Cooper. That's my buddy there. Oh, Matt, that's my buddy. He's wonderful. So I saw a little thing from Apocalypse Party, or was it Chris, advertising the launch party for his book, Creation. An Art in Unbecoming. And I remember that because it's a whole long story. But to make a long story short, I'm so stupid. I went for Matthew Grant because he doesn't live in California. And so he's my buddy, and I went for him. But the stupid part was that I didn't know how to pronounce, at the time, I didn't know how to pronounce Chris's full name. Danny Wilde was so easy to say, it's easy to say, who can't, not even my contemporaries can't pronounce my actual last name. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing with him. I can't pronounce his last name for the life of me, but I try anyway. And that was March 8th. That was a Friday. And I remember going with Stephen and Sebastian. They were two of my chaperones, my plus twos, plus twos. And I remember meeting Chris in person. He greeted me. The first thing I said, and I blurted out, I said, "Hi, how are you? How you doing? How's it going?" No. I said, "Hi, Danny Wilde." I felt so dumb. And why I was so dumb? Because it was so easy to say. Nerves. I wanted to say Chrissy, but I couldn't say it. And I remember, I think it was a Tuesday. This is a whole long story. I think I've told this story countless times, but basically I saw his porn by accident. By accident. You see, he used to do poor adult films, adult pictures. Stupid me, I didn't know. I didn't know about all these things. I didn't put the two together. I thought the name was just a pen name. Oh boy. And so an associate showed it to me because I told them that I'm going to go to this launch party. I was so happy. Do you know, because I said Danny Wilde, you know who that Danny Wilde is? No, I don't believe so. Should I know? No. Well, you're going to know them. So what they did, and I'll pretend this, they typed up Pornhub, Pornhub on their cell phone. Excuse me. Well, waited for the picture to pop up and screen. Buffer, 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 bang. And out comes a scene of this individual that I didn't know who he is at the time. I have no clue. Having intercourse with some gal on a red mattress. Oh, I forget. He showed it to me like this. Now you're going to see who this person. Oh, no. Oh, man. I tell you, I saw red. I saw red, I tell you. I swiped that. I just pushed that cell phone aside and said, "What the hell's wrong with you? Don't you know we're in public? Don't you see I'm eating a sandwich here? I don't want to be seeing. I don't want to be seeing that while I'm eating a sandwich. What the hell is wrong with you? Well, what the hell's wrong with you? I should have done it with the monkey. What the hell's wrong with you?" I was just mad. I was livid. So now you can understand my nerves, my anxiety, my and blurted out Danny Wild out of nerves because it was so easy to say. And that's the thing. What gets me about this article is that not only that took the liberties to write his agenda, or I think the Rolling Stones. I don't even know whose agenda was it in the beginning, his or the Rolling Stones. But didn't have the audacity, didn't even have the courage, the balls to email me or give me a call or text or nothing to tell me that this thing came out or that they're writing this thing or what is it exactly, because it didn't at the time when I spoke to the individual that night and he was there and I was there that night, because I think people seem to forget that I was there that night. And even though I was subdued, my sugar levels was down, energy, was down. I didn't eat anything, and I was just, yes, uh-huh. Oh boy, my goodness, oh, you know what I mean? I have ears, and I have eyes I can observe, and he was really pleasant to talk to. He was really pleasant to talk to. Really charismatic, debonair, respectful at the time, polite, happy, you know, genuine at the time. I thought he was genuine. Come to find out, not so genuine in the piece. Not so genuine. Oh, hold on. Let me see. My eyes. Oh, not so genuine. I remember I'm writing what I can recall. Even though I was subdued, I recall I'm writing a piece about this scene, this night, this reading. But he didn't contextualize it, though. That's the problem. He didn't contextualize what exactly he said. The scene, this party, whatever, on for the Rolling Stones. I was aware of the Rolling Stones. But he didn't contextualize it. He wasn't specific. What, why, what brought upon this? Who brought you in? I don't know. I don't know. Beats me. I'm just so baffled. I really been slapped in the face with a wet flounder, even harder. Not in a great way. I usually say that, but this time it was horrible. Anyway, uh, so when that thing came out, and I was livid, I was mad, I was so mad, I was mad. Ooh, man, I was livid. I can tell you that. I called Evan on the phone and then Matthew, I was like, I tell you, I was like Pandora's box. Oh boy, it really messed me up. And it's just a piece and it messed me up. Because my goodness, they should really, really, really change their name from the Rolling Stones to Rolling Dice, because they really are gambling with people's reputation and character, and they really did me dirty. I don't know that. How can you say what they wrote here doesn't really represent me properly? You know, they mistitled the book. They documented what they wrote, that I met Chris on Twitter, which is far from the truth. I met him on Instagram, and then I met him in person on March 8th of 2024, Lincoln Heights last projects for his launch party. I feel like a broken record. You know, how is this possible? And the crazy part is, these people have no clue, no idea the position they have put me in. The position that I am in. Down here, I have to answer to people, to my contemporaries, my associates, asking me why, how, baffled, and I get it. Why? How could you let this happen? You are a traitor to, accusing me of being a traitor to my people, apparently. A traitor? What, me? And then the whole 9 yards. So that was a rough patch for me in July. And, I tell you, it was just a terrible, terrible thing. There, I tell you, them people, especially, and Rolling Stones really love to gamble with people's reputation, goofing around. It ain't nice to goof around, not in a bad way. Not, it wasn't really a great way to goof around. And, but also, let me say this. It's going to be weird for me to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm also happy that it came out. In retrospect, I am very happy that it came out because, well, at the time when it came out, now, the people who were mad for me, I remember some of my contemporaries that were really mad for me. I found out, boy, oh boy. I found out their true colors. Ooh, man, I tell you, it sure was. Oh, man, what a revelation from being, you know, ambushed from that piece and then ambushed by my contemporaries, then ambushed by my contemporaries who are supposed to be an ally. I come to find out that what the first thing they were mad about was that the people in the piece, the online article or whatever, weren't honorably mentioned. How are they going to be honorably? See, how are they going to be honorably mentioned when they weren't even there that night? And my contemporaries, some of them, talk in great details that they were there, convolutedly speak as if they were there that night. Starting disc, I'm sorry, I'm looking down on the floor because what? I'm just so baffled. Excuse me. Astonishingly, I just say starting discourse, and I think they know who they are. I'm not going to mention their names. But they know exactly who they are. One individual reached out to me, at least one individual who, did that, apologized, and expressed to me their anger, of course, and how sorry they are that they didn't reach out. But that's okay. At least one person did that. The others, I don't know. I don't think they're going to. I don't think they're going to have the balls to do it anyways. Uh, it really showed their true colors. People really can be treacherous, really treacherous. Let's go. So glad to see you live, dude. Oh, Bobby, you missed it. I was telling a whole long story about the Rolling Stone thing. I'm not going to, go rehash it over and over again. So I'm just going to share the link. On here. Let's see. How do I do it? How do I do it? How do I do it? Oh boy. Oh baby. My goodness. Aren't we goofing around here? Ooh wee ooh wee. I tell you what. Let's see. Boy, oh boy. Close. Bingo. There you go. I hope you got it. Let's see. I can just watch the video after the live this session is done. Okay. Okie doke. But here you go. Read the piece and you'll see what I mean when I tell you it was an agenda of the worst kind without my knowledge. The context. And I'm to this day baffled, just perplexed, but also astonished at the same time. It's amazing how these things work. And in retrospect, I'm glad. Oh, yeah. In retrospect, I'm just so happy that it came out. I'm so happy it did. Because it really, really helped me see. Wait, hold on. My brother, he's got his phone playing. Anyway, it really helped me see this situation in a different perspective. At the time, I was just so mad, so livid. I was angry, Ooh, boy, I was angry. But now I'm grateful and appreciative. Thank God I saw this in a different view, and I thank God that Evan helped me. Meant to, but Evan helped me with that. And I remember it was a Freudian slip. The first thing that they were mad about is that their contemporaries weren't honorably mentioned. How, though? They weren't even at the party. How can they be mentioned? You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. And then they were mad for me. So I was the last thing. I was the God bless. Indeed, that He does. I've been all right. I've just been going through a rough patch, but I'm doing just hunky dory. But I'm doing super. Even though a rough patch, I'm doing super. Just watch the whole thing in the beginning. I don't think I'm going to stay too long. Remember, I'm going to keep it brief, but since you're here, I might as well stay here for a little bit. Like I said, Mr. King needs to sleep and he needs to rest. Oh my goodness, I'm reading the article. Now I see they're talking about you. Yes, and the one thing that I didn't like was that they mistitled. I don't know, you were I'm from Los Angeles. I'm from Los Angeles. Good old Southern California. They mistitled my book. And then they had to fix it. I remember when it came out, they called the book Any Odyssey of Dingbats by Mr. King. Wow. What a stab in the heart. What a stab in the heart, indeed. And just read the whole thing. You'll see what I mean. It really, what was depicted, what was written was far different from what happened that night. I was there. We were supposed to celebrate spring, the spring equinox, not some political agenda that he was trying to sort of bang your head with or just shovel in, dig deep. I was going to say dig deep. What is it's just sloppy. And the thing is, he's a nice individual. I spoke to him that night, and he did say he's writing a piece for the Rolling Stone, but he didn't contextualize it. But what exactly was the piece? You know what I mean? And that's the real stab in the heart. He didn't contextualize it. And I remember, babbling on the phone with Matt and Evan not exactly I'm mad about it. And I'm trying to be definite here, articulate. I couldn't be, comprehended. I was incomprehensible, inarticulate, let's put it that way. I don't even know if it's a word. I wasn't articulate enough to express how angry I was. I was just on the phone. Oh boy. And I can see why they were like, oh, it was a whole different thing. That night was a whole different thing. They rather highlighted or showcased the aspect of the political stuff, that dime square, whatever, instead of the spring equinox, the writing, the art, the character. He didn't even bother talking to me. I mean, we spoke, but, you know, jotting down exactly why am I here? I'm the headliner. Didn't even speak to the headliner, you know. Um, so it really was a stab in the. How do you have the accent? How do you have the accent you have if you're from L.A.? If you watched my soft white underbelly, I do say in the beginning I live in Gardena, California, even though it's L.A. County. It's farther away from L.A. exactly, but it's a whole long story to itself. But my voice developed in due time. I'll say I didn't always talk the way I do now. Go when I was a kid. Oh, I didn't know you were on. Yes, I was on Soft White Underbelly twice, and the third time actually. I already did one not too long ago, and I'm going to do one again. Yeah, it's fun. I like doing those things. I like getting to know my contemporaries, my associates, and getting to know Mark. You know, he's a nice individual. He really is a great. I only have seen the videos you made for this channel. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody's been so nice to me lately, ever since the soft white underbelly video. A lot of people from around the world has been so nice to me. And of that I say thank you. Thank you so very much. I appreciate their kindness and their respect. And my hat, oh, no, I ain't going to take it off. But if I had that hat right now, I'll tip it off to all of them to show them how much I love them and respect them. I do respect them. And I do appreciate them, each and every one of them. Without them, I don't think I honestly don't know I'd be here. I'd be in the evenings coming home from work playing computer chess, or I'd be watching television or reading a book, or yeah, I'd be playing solitaire. I need to read your book. Where can I buy a copy? Go on Amazon and buy you a copy. An Odyssey of Dingbats, a collection of stories and other obscurities. $15. Physical, you can buy it physically or digitally if you prefer that. But please, you're going to have yourself a hunky-dory good time when you read Dingbats. I know that for sure. Why? Oh, is Amazon the only option? I think so. I'm sorry that you hate Amazon. That my publishers have my book on Amazon, so we're trying to work very hard to get it at Barnes and Nobles and other local bookstores, not just in Los Angeles, maybe overseas or across the country. You know, it would be nice to have it in Oklahoma or Texas or Virginia, Louisiana, Iowa, Montana, Indiana, Pennsylvania, New York City, Florida, New Mexico, the whole nine yards. The list goes on and on. I'd love to have my book shelved in those independent bookstores. Oof, excuse me, I've been talking so much like a blabbermouth and just a blabbering idiot here. Excuse me. One day I'm sure your books will be everywhere. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I have a very good feeling about that. I'm quite optimistic about it, and I know it will. Hell, I have my second book coming up on October 7th. It's called This Server Should Be Deleted, and it's a novella, a Dingbat spinoff, if you will. It's a story from Dingbats that I turned into a novella, and it's about 70-something pages long and doesn't have a direct plot, but you just have fun with it. Just go all free willy-nilly, any, mini, miny, mo, and bam, there's a chapter you're in or a story, and it doesn't have a narrative. It's like reading a schizophrenic dime store novel. If you ever need a proofreader, let me know. I used to work for an audiobook company. Well, thank you, Bobby. Thank you. I did proofing for many books. Well, thank you. I'll let you know. I appreciate that, my friend. I appreciate it. Hell, let's see. Well, you can reach out to me through my Instagram. I have an Instagram and a Twitter. Yeah, are you? Yes, I. Thank you for asking me. Yes. It's a long thing. It's a long title. The page, my little scrapbook. It's a. Now you're going to have to type. I'm going to be slow. I'm slow and steady here. So you just type it up. I'm just going to spell it out for you. AHSINTHEBLACKLODGE. AHS and the Black Lodge. That's short for American Horror Story and the Black Lodge, but together it's AHSINTHEBLACKLODGE. Bingo, you got it. Well, I suppose I shall make like a cinnamon and roll. I really have to call it a night. I got so many things I need to do. Lock the doors, brush my teeth, drink some water, maybe read a book, call a friend before I go to sleep, and hit the hay. This was fun. I honestly, really is a treat for me. And y'all make it so fun. Thanks for the broadcast stream. It was great being here and chatting. God bless you, Bobby, and thank you. And everybody who was here, thank you for coming. Again, I shall make like a cinnamon and roll. I'll see y'all around like a donut. Okay. All right then. Nighty night.